Hi, this is Cliff Saran at ComputerWeekly.com, and I'm here today with Greg Lambert, Chief Technical Architect at ChangeBASE, the application compatibility company. Now, Greg, you've been working in financial services for a number of years, and what's been the main issues you've been seeing regarding compatibility?
Well, Cliff, my experience in the banking sector and in application packaging and compatibility goes back quite a few years now. And when we initially started, it was with Windows 3.1, and it was called scripting. And one of the things we found as we've moved up the food chain a little bit in the progression from Windows to NT to XP and now Windows 7 is that the complexity of the application packaging problem and its corresponding compatibility challenges has increased both in complexity and importance to the business.
So what specifically are the problems that you're seeing with Windows?
Well, Windows is now a layered or complex platform, so there's a number of compatibility challenges that our clients and the financial sector is experiencing in particular. And they relate to getting the app installed, simple stuff, right? With the introduction of the UAC or user account control to Windows 7, one of the things we're seeing is the challenges of a now non-administrator account through installation of all these additional security restrictions and challenges that are effectively stopping or inhibiting an application doing what it needs to do sometimes on installation. So that's a big issue.
Some of the problems are that the application may look like it's installed, but it hasn't actually done the right thing.
We see a lot of application installation issues where the app looks like it's done what it needs to do. The little blue progress bar is scrolled across the screen. But when you go into the detail, the log files of that installation, you're actually finding that Windows has said, hey, I can't do this, skip this, skip this, skip this. And what we're actually finding with their clients is that they're not having a simple installation, they're actually missing important pieces of that install. So instead of having an installed application, you really have a question mark.
And of course today we're looking at application, virtualization, hypervisors. This must be a whole new ballgame for you.
Well, when you talk about introducing an additional layer to any problem space, what you're really looking at is saying, okay, how does it interact? How does an application install, interact with these different levels of virtualization, hypervisor or AppV or semantics, SWVS, and VMware's ThinApp. So we're actually experiencing this technology issue, how apps install on a virtualized environment, but also you're looking at hybrid or combined virtualization technology approaches. So we've got to get our applications working on the platform, working on the virtualization, and then working with other technologies, other virtualization technologies as well. So what we're seeing now is a very complex problem. And also the quality bar now has been raised significantly because we're now expected to not just get the app working, we're supposed to be saving money while we're doing this as well.
And Greg, today ChangeBASE is now looking at the browser. Why the browser? I thought HTML is a totally compatible standard.
Well, ChangeBASE is now focusing on the browser compatibility problem for a number of reasons. And in fact, I'm always a bit shocked at this because, you know, a few years ago, 8 years ago, Microsoft had a very clear message, you know. You will not have to worry about compatibility, packaging, deployment issues anymore. The browser will sort this out. And what's happened now is that our desktop applications are integrating with the browsers. We're getting issues there. And we're seeing an explosion internally with our corporate clients of the number, the nature of different web-based applications. Of course, also the complexity of internet-based applications has just grown tremendously. So now we're seeing a very large and expanding problem space for the browser compatibility.
Greg, thank you very much.